Playing video games has been my greatest hobby since I was a child. I grew up playing video games. As a child, I was always fascinated by video games and even more fascinated by the idea of gaming on the go. I am primarily a PC gamer and I still love playing mobile games, but not like I used to. The mobile gaming community has been mocked relentlessly by the PC and console gaming community. Why is the mobile gaming community hated by other gamers? Why don't other gamers consider mobile games as true gaming? What went wrong with mobile games? Are mobile games a waste of potential? Let's find out in this video. Let me briefly talk about my love for mobile games before we discuss the wasted potential of mobile games. In my country, Nigeria, we suffer from constant power outage. Imagine playing a game, especially when you have not saved your progress and then the power goes out, or as we say in Nigeria, NEPA don't carry light. You must wait for the power to be restored before gaming. At least, these days, a lot of people have generators or inverters in their homes. But it was not always like this. Not everyone could afford generators when I was a child. But imagine playing games without the worry of power outage. Just pick up your smartphone and play games. Also, it is impractical to move around with a console or gaming PC to game on the go. That is why I always fancied the idea of mobile gaming. Apart from mobile games, I love the idea of gaming on handheld consoles like the Nintendo Switch, the Steam Deck, or even something as old as the Sony PSP or PlayStation Vita. Maybe I'll make another video talking about handheld consoles, but I want to focus only on mobile games in this video. I am one of those people who have been rooting for mobile games, but I am now deeply disappointed by the direction mobile games are going. Over the past few years, the popularity of mobile gaming has skyrocketed. With over 2.5 billion players globally, the mobile gaming market is estimated to be valued over $91 billion in 2021. Man, that's a lot of money. But why is mobile gaming so appealing and how did it grow to become so popular? Mobile gaming has really taken off because smartphones have become common. Everyone has a phone and everyone is carrying a powerful gaming device in their pocket. Mobile gaming is incredibly convenient. You can play on the go during your commute or in between appointments. Many mobile games are free or cost very little, making them an affordable form of entertainment. There is a wide variety of mobile games available, ranging from puzzle games to action-packed adventure games, so there is something for everyone. Mobile games can be enjoyed by people of all ages, from children to adults, making them a great form of entertainment for families. As mobile games have become very popular in recent years, mobile games are not without their problems. In fact, these problems are so bad, I believe they are preventing mobile games from becoming much more than what they are today. There are two major problems a lot of mobile games have in common: in-app purchases and ads or advertisement, whichever one it is. In-app purchases in mobile games refer to virtual goods or services that users can purchase with real money within the game. These purchases are frequently used to improve the gaming experience, unlock new features, or advance through the game faster. In-app purchases can take many forms, which includes buying virtual currencies or resources, getting access to additional characters or levels, or buying in-game stuff like weapons or power-ups. These purchases can be made using a variety of payment methods, including debit or credit cards, mobile payment systems, or gift cards. A lot of mobile games are free on the App Store and are called freemium or gacha games. They tell you they are free, you download this free game, but later you must pay real money to progress in the game, or you will grind for years if you choose not to pay real money. I understand that developers of these games must make money from their games, but the way they choose to monetize their games is where the problem is. How are in-app purchases ruining the potential of mobile games? I believe the problem is from both the player and the developers. Are people refusing to pay for mobile games because mobile games are bad? Or are mobile games bad because people are refusing to pay for them? This is a chicken or egg situation, but this does not change the fact that people don't pay for mobile games, or they prefer to pay very little. In-app purchases ruin the fun and experience of the game. I believe the most important thing about gaming is the fun factor. Many mobile games are designed to have lengthy wait times before completing a task, before opening a chest, replenishing your energy, and so on. If you don't want to wait for your task to be completed in the game, you either pay for speed-ups or you choose to watch an ad. Some games are almost impossible to beat if you are a free player. The first 30 to 40% of the game is easy, but you eventually get stuck. To progress, you must pay real money. When free players get stuck on a game that requires them to pay money, they delete that game and move on to something new. That game has lost that player forever.
Competitive advantage is good, but you can go overboard with it and have an unbalanced game, which is, if it's too clearly pay to win, people will stop playing.
For example, I saw this ad on Facebook for a Viking game. I have played this game before, and this game is very heavy on in-app purchases and all that shenanigans. If you want to research tech in the game, or if you want to construct or upgrade some buildings, if you want to train your troops and so on, these things take weeks, months, or even years to complete, which made me quit the game. When I saw this ad on Facebook, the comment section did not disappoint me. Mara says, "I would rather go back to the restaurant I got food poisoning at than go back to that game." David says, "I'm never be back to this game, never." Okay. Mohammed says, "For what? Not coming back now. It's a credit card game you pay to play." Or maybe he meant to say you pay to play. Okay, I think you play to pay makes sense. Didi says, "You have to be a millionaire for these games." Sebastian says, "Without money, it's hard enough to get ahead. Up to level 20 and some castle is easy after investing if you want to grow." Okay, this comment sounds weird because it was automatically translated. Maybe some things were lost in translation. Russian Name says, "It's not a game, it's a money pump." The money you pay on in-app purchases is not one-time purchase like buying a PC game from Steam. You must keep buying power-ups, items, energy, and so on. Some games even offer season pass or battle pass. Before you know it, you've spent hundreds if not thousands of dollars. If the game is an online game where you compete against other players, some of these players pay money to have an advantage over you. That is basically pay to win. Mobile games don't encourage progression based on your skill level. They encourage progression based on how much money you are willing to spend. So if you are a badass gamer who is very skilled at games like Sekiro, Elden Ring, or whatever badass console or PC game you are good at, mobile games don't give a fuck about your skill level. They only care about the money, the paper, the green, you know. What sparked my interest and curiosity into this topic was this video I found on YouTube called "Let's Go Whaling." I highly suggest you watch this video to understand the predatory practices behind mobile game development. A lot of us claim we would never pay for mobile games, but the reality is the average people like you and I are not the target market of mobile game developers. Their main and biggest markets are whales, as explained in this part of the video.
This is to remind you that a lot of the spend comes from the high paying guys, the whales, and the very best way to get these guys to spend is to get two rich competitive guys to fight each other and tell them, "I'll give you a slight upside if you pay me."
Some people would prefer not to pay for their games upfront to have the full version of that game, but instead prefer to download free games. That is where whales come in. I am not talking about whales in the sea. I mean whales in terms of purchasing and investment habits. So, what are whales in gaming or video games? This article from GameRant says, "What are whales in video games?" While most players will avoid microtransactions, a small percentage will drop huge amounts of money on them, and these gamers are called whales. Another interesting definition of whales from this article from A-List says, "Mobile gaming whales are fitting new descriptors. Whales, aka players who spend a great deal on in-app purchases, bring in the majority of revenue for free-to-play mobile game markets, despite there being fewer of them to support a game. As mobile games evolve, so does the definition of whale. As you can see, whales are the primary spenders in mobile games. Just like the presenter of that video said, whales fight each other. Apart from whales fighting each other, sometimes those whales need an easy target. The game would offer you as a sacrifice to the whales. You become product to the whales, while the whales are paying customers to the developers. There is this saying, if you are given a product for free, you become the product. But the sad thing is that as long as whales keep paying for these games, developers will keep making games like this. In summary, mobile games are not for you and me. Mobile games are for whales. So unless you have a fat wallet or heavy bank account, you will have a hard time playing mobile games. Apart from in-app purchases, ads and advertisements or advertisement, ads ruin the mobile gaming experience for players. Those annoying pop-up ads. Like I said earlier in the video, if you don't want to spend real money on free games, you must watch 30 seconds ads. Some of these ads are unskippable. Imagine watching an ad every time you die or every time you want to do something in a game. It is very frustrating. Sometimes you spend more time watching ads than playing the actual game itself. There was a time when mobile games were completely free. No in-app purchases, no ads, no microtransactions. Remember those old Java games or Symbian games we used to play those days? If you had a Symbian phone back then, you could play both Symbian and Java games. We downloaded games from websites like Waptrick and GetJar. The good old days. Those old Java and Symbian games were the definition of free mobile games. Yes, there was a time when mobile games were completely free. Damn, I miss those days. After the death of the Symbian operating system and Android took over the mobile market, there was a time when good mobile games could be purchased from app stores. Although we can still purchase some good games today, 99% of the games in app stores are now freemium games. I get the impression that developers are reacting to the market. Free games are downloaded thousands of times more than paid games. Why put a price tag on my game when I can give it to you for free and then trick you into paying far more than the game is worth? On average, a complete PC or console game costs about $60 to $70. Nintendo Switch games are roughly around $30 to $60. But by the time you start spending on mobile games, you may spend up to hundreds of dollars, sometimes as high as $500 or as much as you need to spend to progress in the game. The presenter in this video said there is no limit to how much you can spend on mobile games.
And the hobby is for the guys who have already maxed out. They're the guys who have all of their Clash of Clans building at the max level. They are already there. So you can no longer sell progress to them, you have to sell consumables. This is where you're selling the faster healing times or faster build times of armies. This is also where you get basically unlimited upper spend. There's no limit to how much you can spend in, for instance, Clash of Clans.
So basically, buying a PC or console game or even a Nintendo Switch game or even a PlayStation Vita game is far cheaper than paying for stuff in mobile games. It makes more sense to focus on PC or console gaming than mobile games. In-app purchases favor the game developers more than they favor the players. These people build their games around a business rather than building their business around the game. This issue is killing the potential of mobile games. This excessive greed and hunger for money is destroying mobile games. When a game is announced, I've always wanted to see it on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and mobile devices. If you have a good smartphone, visit your respective app store where the game may cost around, let's say $20 for the complete edition. You pay for your game and you play it on the go. Imagine playing the complete God of War 2018 game on a smartphone. That is what I am hoping to see, but instead we got freemium gacha games plagued with in-app purchases. What I would prefer is to pay for my games upfront and have those games forever. Just like I buy my games on Steam or the Epic Game Store, I want to be able to buy mobile games, have the games forever. I can choose to delete the game and reinstall it however or whenever I feel like. If developers refuse to let me buy the game upfront, subscription services such as Apple Arcade or Google Play Plus are better options. At the very least, if I subscribe to these services, I get the full game without ads or all those unnecessary in-app purchases. I tried Apple Arcade and it wasn't too bad. There are some enjoyable games there. Games like Agent Intercept, Little Orpheus, Stellar, Beyond a Steel Sky, and so on. Google Play Plus is not available in my country, Nigeria, so I can't compare the two. Maybe when Google Play Plus is available in my country, I might make a video comparing the two of them. Something I have observed with the gaming community is that there is no pushback from the community against mobile game developers when they plague us with in-app purchases or microtransactions, or even make the game a live service game. When games like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was announced, which of course is a PC and console game. When Suicide Squad was announced to be a live service game and would require constant internet connection, gamers were outraged and the game was delayed. One of the reasons the game Marvel's Avengers died was because people hated the live service feature of that game. But when these things are done on mobile games, nobody cares. It's as if people expect mobile games to be bad. We have set the standard of mobile games so low that when games are released on mobile games, we were already expecting them to be bad. Why? Then later we mock mobile games for being shit. The closest thing we got from the gaming community against shady mobile game practice was for Diablo Immortal. We saw some articles saying you need to put in like hundreds of thousands of dollars or something to fully upgrade your character in the game, which is ridiculous. For $60 to $70, I can get a full console or PC game on Steam or the Epic Game Store. You can even wait for a sale and get some games for as low as $10 or less. Why should I put in hundreds of dollars on a mobile game when I can pay at most $70 for a PC or console game? With the rise of handheld consoles like Steam Deck and Nintendo Switch, where you can buy and own those games forever, paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a mobile game makes no sense. If you're an upcoming artist and you want to share your music with the world, DistroKid is the best place to get you started. I compose music and I use DistroKid to distribute my songs. Their services are great and their customer support is fast and amazing. With only $22 a year, you can upload your music to all streaming platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, and the rest. You can upload as many songs as you want. You also get to keep 100% of all your earnings. To get started, click my affiliate link in the description to sign up and get 7% off your first subscription. By doing so, you are supporting the channel. So let's get back to the video. Apart from in-app purchases and ads being the major problems mobile games have, there are some problems that I want to talk about. They may not be as serious as in-app purchases, but I think they are worth mentioning. Mobile game developers want to take advantage of your addiction habits. They make games to keep you hooked or keep you coming back by sending you notifications every now and then. Notifications like there is a new chest to open, claim this daily reward, your energy is full, and stuff like that.
It's a model for how people progress in a game. The hook is what gets you into the game to try out a free-to-play game. Then you build it into a habit that you play multiple sessions every day. And then at the end, it's the hobby phase where people see it as one of their main hobbies and they put lots of time and resources into it.
One of the complaints I have seen about mobile games is that they are too casual for hardcore gamers. Imagine playing something like Elden Ring, Sekiro, or even God of War 2018. Then you pull out your smartphone and you start playing Candy Crush. But recently, games like Genshin Impact is fixing the problem, but it still suffers from in-app purchases. There are games in the App Store called idle games that play themselves. There are other regular Android games that play themselves. These games have an autoplay button that, when activated, causes the game to play itself. What is the point of playing a game if it automatically plays itself? You download a game to play it rather than just watch it. It is ridiculous. Even racing games like Asphalt 9 is guilty of this. If you enable auto drive, all you have to do is swipe left or right to choose a route for your car. I know a lot of people who despise mobile games because of this. When you browse through the App Store, you will notice a plethora of game imitations. There are numerous rip-offs of games like Candy Crush. Some games are even rip-offs of popular console or PC games, but they are terrible and of poor quality. We have all seen memes that look like this at some point. There are mobile game ads that look completely different from the gameplay. This is false advertising. For instance, look at this ad for this game, Vikings. Look at the ad, look at how cool the gameplay is. But this is the actual gameplay of that Viking game. All these Clash of Clans style of games where you train troops and then you attack other people's castles and stuff like that. If you are ashamed of your game and would trick people into downloading your game through false advertising, then why develop the game in the first place? Some developers even steal the trailers of other games and market them as their own. Look at these clowns using the trailer of Sekiro as their own game. Do these people think we are stupid and we are not going to notice this? When you go to the game page on the App Store, it is one of those nonsense Chinese mobile games. This is how the gameplay is. The voice acting is terrible. The game is even playing itself. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
My soul made all.
I'm here to empty the hell.
Sister, if our teacher has found us.
Don't worry, we will be fine.
Weird. Something evil here.
Watch out.
Some mobile games do not allow you to skip the tutorials. We must go through the tutorials as if we are children or as if we are new to gaming or something. Holy shit, at least give me the option to skip the damn tutorial. If I want to go through the tutorial, let me go through the tutorial. If I don't want to go through it, let me be able to skip it. Some games have lengthy tutorials that take up the first 5 to 10% of the game. This is extremely irritating. But after saying all this, do I despise mobile games? No. I enjoy mobile games, but I believe the things I have said in this video are preventing mobile games from becoming much more than they are now. I want to be able to play games on my smartphone that are as good as God of War 2018 or Horizon Zero Dawn. And I want to see mobile gaming receive the same level of recognition and treatment as console and PC games. But recently, we have seen that Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village have been released on iPhone 15 and the iPad M1 to be specific. That is a step in the right direction in my opinion. I hope more console and PC games get released on mobile devices. So, we have come to the end of this video. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with what I have said in this video? If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me also know in the comments. Are you a mobile gamer or do you despise mobile games? Do you think mobile games will ever catch up to console or PC games, or do you think that is something completely impossible? Let me know all that in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like. Subscribe for more videos like this. Subscribe to my music channel to listen to some of the songs I have made for free. Also, subscribe to my gameplay channel where you can watch some of the gameplay of some games I have played. And also subscribe to my GMV channel where you watch some of the GMV videos I have made. Anyway, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.